Hey everyone, it's Bill, and you're tuned in to episode 98 of Three Questions and a Song, where the title says it all, except for that three thing, because it's not really just three questions. This is episode 98, which I already said. You are checking us out at Build a Scene, music from 412, possibly Roo Radio, and who knows where else at this point. Maybe you're watching us on Roku or on Fire TV, as this is the second episode of Three Questions and a Song that are headed to those venues. With me tonight are ANAPHYLAXIS. Bring them up. What's up?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Everyone's like, who talks first? So first, I know I said I was going to have Matt's question after the break, but I feel like we should probably start with Matt's question because I just remembered what it was. So I'm going to go ahead and let him ask it. You're actually going to be able to hear him. I also gave you an assignment to ask ANAPHYLAXIS question, which is the next episode's guest.
Yep.
And hopefully it's not how do you pronounce it, because I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah, my main question for them would be, where would be the main inspiration that you guys drew from for the name, aside from having an anaphylactic reaction? What was the main inspiration for choosing that name?
I also gave you an assignment to ask ANAPHYLAXIS question, which is the next episode's guest.
Yep.
And hopefully it's not how do you pronounce it, because I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah, my main question for them would be, where would be the main inspiration that you guys drew from for the name?
It's looping. Did it sound as bad to you as it did to me? Because if it did, I'll repeat it.
Oh, I could hear it.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it at all?
No, I could hear it.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah.
Was it only me?
No, we can hear it.
Okay.
All right. I guess I'll maybe I should take a total shot in the dark.
That would be. Go ahead, see if you can answer it.
No, it's all right. We should go with someone who can hear it.
Oh, Nick, it's funny because you're probably the best person suited to answer this question. The question was, how did we get the inspiration for the name Anaphylaxis?
Oh my God, my friend Connor was making fun of me one day, because I'm allergic to stuff, so I always carry like an EpiPen, and that's where the band name came from, was anaphylactic shock, so it's anaphylaxis. That's where it was. He came over, we had a couple drinks, and then he made fun of me.
So it was exactly what he thought it wasn't.
Oh, really?
He said it can't be that.
It is. It's that simple.
So since we kind of went early with it, why don't you go ahead, and your assignment was to come up with a question for Kilmaine Saints. We'll just do all of that at the beginning, and then I won't have to worry about it at the end.
Well, okay. So my question to them is, they're a very large band. Like, they have 15,000 followers on Facebook. What I wanted to know is, how do they, one, stay motivated, and two, they've probably gone through lineup changes because it takes time to build a following like that. How do they deal with lineup changes and bringing new people onto the band?
It's funny that that's your question, because I was just on their Facebook page and it looks like they just got a new drummer.
Really?
Yep. I don't know if it's like a second drummer or they replaced the drummer, but there's definitely a new person in the band and he was sitting in front of drums. So,
well, that makes it easy then.
Okay, so that's. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to any of my shows, but I don't really ask normal type questions, but I get the same results. So let's go with this one. You're going out on your first tour, and for some reason you hire me to drive your tour bus. What are we going to listen to while we're driving between stops?
I think everyone who answers this is going to give a different answer.
It's probably true.
Anyone want to start?
I'll go first. I like Taylor Swift, I'll be honest, on road trips. Taylor Swift, like the old country stuff. That's my vibe. So like definitely some Tay Swift.
I think we're listening to Cannibal Corpse.
Very nice. I feel like I'll stick with maybe our theme of the band, which is corporate emo. So I'm definitely into maybe some Fall Out Boy, something like that. Or when I'm in my bag phase, maybe when I'm trying to feel a little bit more harsh, I'm gonna listen to Wes just put me on to Polaris recently. So maybe listen to some screamo metal. I really like all genres of hard rock and metal music. So it gets me hype. It gets me ready.
Yeah, I'm very bad at the name. I think the songs we've been listening to on the trip is Falling Rivers. Is that called like
So-
that?
Like in reverse. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And
Ronnie Rake.
one Smirnoff
And who?
and the Smirnoff or something like.
Slipknot.
Slipknot. Yeah.
Exactly.
Slipknot.
Here we go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like my answers are so different. We're listening to Steely Dan's album Asia, start to finish.
You guys are kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
All right. What's the right answer?
There is no right answer.
What's your answer?
Honestly, sometimes I sit here and bands answers. I'm like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have gotten hired. But I'm good with what you guys are going to play. Although I will say that I wouldn't consider Taylor Swift to be old country.
No. What I mean is Taylor Swift's old stuff. Like when she actually played
Okay.
country.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Instead of-
Not
yeah,
pop.
I'll be honest, me and the new Taylor Swift don't get along very well.
Her best two albums are Fearless and then what's the one that comes after it? I don't like Red, but I like Fearless and the one that comes after it. I don't like her old country stuff. Wes and I are gonna fight about it.
So Kiss played in a bay in Australia to a bunch of great white sharks, and Metallica played in a bubble in Antarctica. What is a non-standard venue that you would like to play at?
Oh, okay. Does anybody else want to go first? Because
Okay, we're gonna play in New Zealand on the top of a cliff to their native birds, the kiwis. Or we're gonna play at one of those like underwater hotels. Yeah.
I feel like Jack might be the only one here right now that's going, this is kind of cool. The rest of you are going, what did we get into?
No, that's a great question. I feel like an unconventional spot to play at would be like maybe a Subway or a Denny's and like throw everybody off. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
You would think that
hungry.
answer is off,
hungry.
but that's like the fourth time I've heard Denny's.
Definitely, yeah. Denny's is at the top of my list. It's definitely a dream of mine to be able to play at a Denny's.
Yeah, one of my first live music experiences was whenever I was like 5 years old, and my elementary school went to like a Dave & Buster's, and there was a live band playing there. So if I could provide that experience to another 5-year-old kid, sign me up to Dave & Buster's. Honestly, that'd be an experience. Like put us in the ball pit while we play. That'd be fun.
Well, Greg inspired me. I think I will play on a bus. People will have nowhere to escape. They have to listen to us. It'll be super loud. They have no AirPod plug, and they just have to listen.
Before we go any further, why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Your names are on the screen, but the radio people won't be able to see it. And tell us what you do in the band.
All
Yeah,
right.
sure. I can start out. Sorry, Young. I'm Wes, and I play guitar for the band.
I'm Young. I'm the singer for ANAPHYLAXIS band.
Who wants to
I'm
go
Jack.
next? You got the
No, I'll
nose
go.
goes. Is that what that
Yeah,
was? I'm sorry,
my
Jack.
name's Jack. I'm the bass player, and I also help engineer and produce the music for the band.
All right. I guess I'll go next. What's up, everybody? My name is Greg. I'm the newest member of the band, and I am the drummer.
And I'm Nick. I play guitar. Sometimes I play next to Wes. Sometimes I play across from Wes. But
I like when he plays next to me.
yeah, I like when I'm close.
Yeah.
The closer, the better.
Yeah, the closer the better.
Your home base is State College, is that correct?
State College, Pennsylvania. We were all Penn State for now.
Have you ever played in the Rathskeller, which has been going for a little while, but
The what?
the Rathskeller. You don't even know what it is.
No, I
Oh,
don't
you're,
know what it is.
I'm on my computer. I'm looking it up.
Are we too young?
it was there 5 years ago.
Hmm.
It's on the corner. What is the name? Is it College Avenue or University? I can't ever remember. It's
College Ave, yeah.
it's the one that the diner is on. The one
I
that's
believe
also
that is,
closed.
That's now called Pickles. The
I think you're right.
Rathskeller is now called
Yeah.
Pickles. Pickles. Yeah.
They don't typically have bands there, so I've never played.
So it used to be legendary. I never made it in there because every year, like when I'm in State College, I'm there with my 7th and 8th graders, and I'm not going to walk into. It was a bar at that time. I couldn't walk into a bar while taking my 7th and 8th graders on campus. So, but supposedly the floor in the basement, which is where the bands played, was a dirt floor, and that was part of the reason it was legendary.
Wow. That seems pretty killer, actually. Yeah.
Until you drop your instrument.
See, Jack's segueing for me. Tell me about an embarrassing moment that's happened to you while you're playing.
Oh, I have a good one to start, actually. We were playing a show in Pittsburgh, and
Oh, geez.
we forgot our hi-hat, and we also our kick pedal for the drums broke like midway through the show or like after the first song. So Nick, I was drumming that show, and he was basically playing the drums without a hi-hat and a kick.
I don't even want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Next, skip.
As a drummer, that seems like a nightmare for me, at least. Sounds terrible.
It was extremely uncomfortable. I was playing on I was playing hard on the toms as a kick, and it was just
Yeah.
Everything sounded like a build, like to the bridge, like the bridge.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? Oh.
Do you remember what venue that was?
It was at Joe Mama's house. It was their second show ever. We put on a good show. We put on a performance, I would say. It was a spectacle. Yeah.
Yeah, my experience also from Pittsburgh. It was our first show in Pittsburgh, and so we were at that time we have 2 original songs. The first one is released called Falling, and the second one called Turn Off the Lights. We are working on release it right now. So there are some parts very similar to each other. So since the song start to play, the guitar, which is Nick, and me, we are singing another song, which is Falling. And the Jack and another drummer, they are playing the Falling. So they're like everybody is at this different places. And then in the half of the song, which we flipped. So they are playing Turn Off the Lights. We are singing Falling. We just go through very well. Nobody noticed. And we just finished like that. And we used that song to end the show. After the show, we were so happy and hugging each other. People were like cheering for us. They don't know what happened, but actually they made a huge mistake like that.
Oh my god. Oh, I think my most embarrassing. Nothing I do is embarrassing, but this is bordering on close to being embarrassing. So,
For those of you not watching the video, everybody else started laughing.
yeah, so like we were playing a show, and my amp, like my distortion tone in my amp broke out. So I played I played the whole show with a clean setting on the amp, and it was just a whole Like if you could imagine like Bring Me the Horizon, but with a clean tone, that's what it was. So I don't think it was it wasn't as embarrassing as I thought it was until I saw the video and like my hair's moving and the sound is like, yeah.
It sounds like they would be like, "Bring me the equator," maybe not "Bring me the horizon." little offshoot of that band.
All right, so what I need from you guys now is I need someone to tell me about the song Falling. It's this is definitely going to go over all your heads, but it's like your MTV moment where you get to do a Storytellers, which used to be a show on MTV where they talked about their songs.
Yeah, so this song actually came about by accident. So this was back when I didn't understand how music worked, like the theory of music. And I was super into My Chemical Romance because I think they're the best songwriters of the 2000s. So I was playing a shape, like I was playing I Don't Love You. So it's like in that shape, like that D major shape, but on the, with like the root's not D major, but it's that shape on the bottom 3 strings. And I started moving my pinky around and it turned into this riff thing. And that was the chord progression. I figured out what chords were behind it. I recorded it and played it like 50 times to figure out that the chords, figure out the power chords that went behind it. And then I didn't do anything with it for like 3 years. And then I played it for Young and she was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." And when we went to record it, eventually, we got together and recorded it in the studio. And Jack was like, "It needs a better intro." So we recorded the riff an octave up, and then pitched it up an octave because we couldn't get the sound we wanted. We couldn't get like that frail sound we wanted in the beginning. So we recorded it. In the upper position on the neck, and then pitched it up so it was above the 12th fret, above the octave right there. And that's how the instrumental came about. And then Jan and I sat down and we wrote the lyrics over the period of 3 months because couldn't stop fighting with each other about the words. So that's how the song came about. And it's the first one that Jan and I worked on together, and then we brought it to Jack and we recorded in the studio. And I would say it's a good song, but the stuff we've done as a band I think is a lot better because we've basically built a team now, and it's a pretty strong team. So I think the song Falling is really our foundation, and that's how we view it as a band. At least it just kind of came about with the 2 of us and 3 of us and Jack, and it's really more of a foundation, I guess, than the story is that it's the foundation of the band, I guess, if we're going to do the MTV Storytellers. So that's really the crux of it. It's a starting point. It's a good song, but we've got better stuff.
Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a moment and we're gonna listen to Falling, and we'll be right back with Anaphylaxis.
It's almost time for the annual Fostering Music Summer Shindig. Fostering Music is a charitable organization dedicated to enriching the lives of children currently in or adopted out of the foster care system. We proudly partner with local foster care agencies to provide musical instruments and instruction in conjunction with local music stores. This year's Summer Shindig fundraising event features 2 days of local music and outdoor family fun. Come out and make a difference while having a blast.
Okay, and we're back. So if you're just tuning in, you missed them answering a question from Matt from Dragonfly Effect about the band name. We talked about the Kilmaine Saints, what music they would make me listen to on a tour bus, non-standard venues, all kinds of stuff. And now we're going to get to the most important question of the evening, and that is, what is the best pizza you've had because you're a musician?
I have a story about that.
This is good.
So, yeah, this is actually at the last place we played in Pottsville a few weeks ago. So right before, it was just Nick Young and I, because Greg and Jack couldn't make it, so we just did an acoustic set at the bar. So it was us three, and right before the set, we went down to a pizza shop, and it was a really cool pizza shop. They had like kind of a buffet style pizza where you could like look through a window and see a bunch of things and make your own toppings. And I really wanted a meat lover's pizza, and I didn't see one. So I asked the guy behind the counter, "Can you make a meat lover's pizza?" And he said, "Yeah, what do you want on it?" And I said, "Give me all the meat you can fit on a piece of pizza." And he goes like, "You mean like quantity?" I go, "Quantity and variety, like as much as you can fit." So he goes, I'll take care of you. So he comes back about a minute later with a stack of meat about this high off the pizza, and it was beautiful. It was so greasy and disgusting, and I ate the entire thing, and I didn't feel great afterwards, but it was worth it.
Oh my!
Does anybody want to try and top that?
I don't think I can.
No, honestly, I've never seen anything I've never seen anything like this. Like to this day, it really was one of the high points in my life. Like there's probably 10 things I remember the day I died, and that's one of them. The 9 other ones are a lot less artery killing.
All right. So this next question is it's become the official build to scene question. I ask it on pretty much every show. And that's, who is your Dave Grohl? And by that, I mean, who do you want to go up on stage with and play one of their originals?
Who do I want to play original?
So like the Foo Fighters bring people up on stage all the time, and they play a Foo Fighters song.
I want to bring the Foo Fighters on stage to play one of our songs.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
So my there's a whole story behind why Dave Grohl is the official question, but eventually someday he's going to hear this is happening, and I'm going to get to talk to him, and I'll tell him that you want him to play one of your songs.
I like that.
or I'm going to end up with a PFA and not be allowed to be around Dave Grohl, which isn't a big deal because I'm never around him anyway.
Oh my god! If I had to choose, I don't know. I think I'll answer the question. I think I would choose. I think I would choose "As I Lay Dying" because I just love metalcore, and they were my first metalcore band, my first love. Art.
That and Khloe Kardashian, right?
Oh yeah. We tagged Khloe Kardashian in all of our Instagram posts. I would love to be on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I've told this before, but Brian Johnson from AC/DC did, and Dave Grohl, you can look it up on YouTube. Brian Johnson shows up at Dave Grohl's house with the van, and they talk about vans and music and stuff. So I tagged Brian Johnson and said, "Hey, how did you get a hold of Dave Grohl?" And they both ignored me. So
They'll be sorry one day.
that's right.
Oh my god.
Hey, if you could write a song with any songwriter in the history of the world, so living or dead, who would you want to sit down with and write a song with?
I'll probably choose MCR because when we're working as a band, we use a lot of strategies where we heard from them. So I guess they will say, you guys work really similar with us.
Anyone else?
I don't know if he's as much as a songwriter as a producer, but I'd like to work with Rick Rubin. I feel like
you don't even have to elaborate on that one.
I feel like I would become enlightened after a conversation with him.
He looks nothing like I thought he would look like. I don't know if you guys ever Googled him.
Yeah.
More than a producer.
He's more of a what?
Like a Shaolin monk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel the vibes.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So Falling, you said, is part of a bigger project. What else? What's going into that, and where can the listeners and viewers find it when it's done?
So we typically post on our Instagram. I guess we'll get through where you can find us. Shout out us. So you can find us on Instagram at ANAPHYLAXIS_band. We're on a lot of the streaming stuff. It's all in the link tree is in our Instagram bio. You can find it, and that has all of our stuff in it for other streaming platforms and the Facebook page. Yeah, there it is. Link tree ANAPHYLAXIS_band. So this project is like, it's something that we started with our friend Connor, who's in France right now. But it started as like we wanted to play shows, and then we wrote the song "Falling," and we were like, "This is good." So at that point, it was Yang and I were the two members like of the band that were there, and we were like, "This is really good." And then we recorded it with Jack, and it was like, "This is really, really good." So Jack met Greg, and Greg played another band. I thought the band Greg played for was Gonzo's, and truthfully, I thought Gonzo's was the most technically talented band in State College. Like they were really, really good. Like all around, all four of them were really good. And that's how we met Greg. So I was like, "Is there a way we can get Greg to drum for us?" He was like, "We'll see." So I met Wes through some of my friends in the Blue Band, the Penn State Marching Band. The Penn State Marching Band. I've been playing with a couple of the members of the Snare Line, or is that what's called the Snare Line?
Close enough.
Yeah. Okay. Been playing with a couple of members of them for a couple of years, and then one day Wes was like playing, and he just starts doing the 2-finger tapping thing at practice, and I was like, "Oh, how can I get him to play in this band?" And Jack's a multi-instrumentalist, so he's good at everything that he picks up and plays. Basically, Yang doesn't talk very much, but she should, because she has a lot of good ideas. Basically, the whole idea was we wanted to bring people on that were committed and talented, and we've built a really strong team. So now the project is about just growing a band, playing killer live shows, and having a good time.
Very cool. So I have one last question for you. So this will air on the 15th of May, and coincidentally, on the 15th of May, I'm going to be in State College.
Ooh.
So are you guys playing on the 14th, the 15th, or the 16th? Those are the 3 days I'm there. Probably not, because it's Sunday, Monday,
No,
Tuesday.
we're not. As of now.
The scene in State College kind of dies out in the summer because all the people who go to the shows leave.
Everybody goes home. Yeah.
But
And graduation is the week before I'm going up there, because I'm going up there with my 7th and 8th graders for the science thing again.
we'll extend an offer. Well, it looks like Wes and Young and I will be there if you want to meet up and go out to lunch, grab a drink or whatever.
I actually also might be there too.
Jack might be there. Greg might be there.
But I don't think we're playing any shows. I think our plan was to take some time to work on recording some of the songs, hopefully to release this summer.
Generally, it's, I can't remember which night I do it, but my brother lives in Bellefonte, so I usually meet up with him too. But we'll see if we can fit it in somewhere. I could sneak out after I tell the kids they all have to be in bed. Their parents, now listen, their parents are there too, so it's not like I'm actually watching them.
That sounds good. We'll see what happens.
But, hey guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me on episode 98. And those of you that are watching this for the very first time, you can go to buildscene.com. There are 97 other episodes of this. They're on the website as of Monday 1st. And there are 660, well, not true. There are about 400 episodes of the Pennsylvania Rock Show on the website. So lots of music to check out there. Most of it is local, unsigned from Pennsylvania. Some of it is from all over the world, because, if it's good and they send it to me, I'm probably going to find a real reason to play it. Plus, I have a radio station there that plays 24/7, all unsigned. So you want to check that out as well. So my name is Bill, and this has been episode number 98 of 3 Questions a Song. Make sure you check out everything that I'm involved with by going to buildscene.com, musicman412.com, or firstangelmedia.com. And you can check these guys out by going to their link tree. It's linktree/ANAPHYLAXIS_band.
Take that screenshot. Yeah, I saw that, Greg.